Get a free trial and 10% off your first purchase from today's sponsor at squarespace.com/forge. Welcome back. We're somewhere new. We're here at iThmfx Glass to show you glass blowing like you have never seen it. Can you tell us a little bit about the type of things that you do and you make?
Well, we make a variety of things from test tubes all the way through to giant reaction vessels. Yeah, we do a variety of anything the customer requires, really.
Scientific and industrial glass blowing.
That's exactly it.
Awesome. There's some amazing tools in here, some cool machines, and we are going to watch the making of a condenser. So let's get into it. So this is one of the things that you're making today. This is a condenser for scientific applications. They need to condense things.
That's correct.
What is involved in making this?
The coil is the main part, which is one of these, and we'll put the mandrel into the lathe and literally warming it up, coiling it as we go. Pop it to the right sizes and then tape the ends down and join it all together. Simple as that.
It sounds simple, but this isn't just any glass either. This is Pyrex.
Yeah, so this is borosilicate glass, which is very similar to Pyrex, and that's what we used to refer to as Pyrex. And it's got a good coefficiency with heat, so it can be heated very well and cooled very well at the same time, and it doesn't tend to crack. It takes more heat, so you've got to get it hotter than a lot of other glasses. So the softer, cheaper glasses like milk bottles and drinking glasses, they're made from a soda glass, which is very soft. So a small flame, almost a non-oxygen flame, can melt it. But that's not so good when you want to heat something and cool it in a laboratory. Otherwise you'll have a blob of glass from a Bunsen burner. So using Pyrex, it can withstand the heat and hold the heat really well. But it does mean we've got to heat it a little bit more.
Fascinating. So job one is you are going to coil a bit of glass tube on this Heathway lathe?
That's correct.
Could you tell us what this machine is?
Sure, so this is a Heathway 4-inch lathe, and what it does is it turns the glass equally each end while we're working it. On the lathe at this time is 2 planetary chucks, and they can tighten down onto the glass evenly and strong, and you can give them some real good tightening there and it won't break the glass. But they're ideal for holding tube.
And am I right in understanding this differs from a metal lathe because it's not just this section of the lathe that is turning, you have both ends turning together at the same time?
Exactly, because when you heat it up, a piece of glass, if you're melting just one end, it will sag and drop. If you've got the other end turning, it's effectively as if you're holding the glass in both hands and turning them.
And you've got really easily accessible controls for forward, reverse, speed changing.
Forward, reverse, as you see there. One disengaging chuck down this end. So sometimes you need to put something else in that end, so you can quickly disengage it, remove the glass, add the piece you're putting in there, turn it back on, and off it goes again, ready to be joined onto the whatever piece you may be producing on this end. So that will go to a fair speed.
Is this the raw material right here?
This is the material. This is how we buy it, tube form. So that's the wall thickness the customer requires.
Glass, you can buy Pyrex or borosilicate.
Borosilicate,
You can purchase borosilicate tube in the diameters and wall thicknesses that you want.
Mainly, it comes as set sizes, so not every size is available.
So sometimes you've got to adjust it yourself.
Yeah, so sometimes the customer may ask what sizes are available, but then we do get some customers which require an OD or an ID tolerant stuff. So it's like specially ground outside tubing, scentless ground or out of ground tubing. So we have to then get it reworked to get it the precise size that the customer requires.
Bloody hell.
Just like metal work.
It's just like metal, except that it's glass and it breaks.
It does.
It's going to take some doing for me to get my head around how any of this works. You're just leaning up glass tubes as if it's not going to break. How is this possible?
Bend it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got flex. It's got flex. Look.
You're bending it like it's a bit of steel.
So
that is unbelievable. I mean, this is like, you're talking a few thousandths of an inch.
0.1 of a mil, 0.2 of a mil.
See, it seems unbelievable to me that you can blow glass and work hot glass and maintain tolerances like this.
It's very difficult because when you blow the glass, it'll measure one size, but then when it cools down, it'll measure another.
So the whole workshop you run on oxypropane fuel instead of oxyacetylene or instead of anything else?
Just
oxypropane's the way?
That's all we use, yeah. And this is the mixer. So we put gas in there, gas in here and oxy through here. Yeah. And we adjust it on this. and that'll give us the flame what we require to melt these.
This contraption is so unique. It looks like it's somebody's homemade creation.
There's a lot of glass.
Incredible.
Yes, a lot of glass blowing equipment is a bit made in your shed looking, because a lot of it is.
This burner head is on this perfectly, continually adjustable arm. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's gorgeous. So you can perfectly align exactly where this goes. And so you're mixing here. Does that mean that every single flame coming out of here is going to have the same properties?
Yes.
You have the same tips on every single flame, on every single burner head?
Yeah. So a lot of the time we'll use something such as this to join two bits of tubing together, and we've got a hand lamp to help it and focus it a little bit extra.
So Robert's going to be guiding us through the coil, showing us how it's done. So right now you're just preheating the mandrel so it doesn't break the glass. Is that effectively it?
Because if we expand the mandrel to its maximum state, then we put the glass on, then the mandrel will shrink back down.
Oh, and then it comes off.
Then it will come off.
Oh, that makes so much
this
sense.
one's slightly tapered, as you can see, so it makes it a little bit easier.
So what Robert's doing there at the moment is he's just manually putting the glass, affixing it to the mandrel, so then when it starts rolling, it's got a fixed point.
And so he's feeding the glass through the flame so it's hot as it comes in.
Yeah, so it's not molten, it's just getting it warm enough to move it all. So the whole tubing now is nice warm. There's a huge amount of glass he's heating up at the same time as he's turning.
And so there's no lead screw. This is all by hand.
All by hand, all by eye.
Revolutions per
turn.
inch is all by hand.
So he can feel, when he's turning the chuck, he can actually feel how hot or how cold the tubing is by the resistance of the tubing being fed into the mandrel. So he's just feeling it with his hand and is using his eye-to-hand coordination really well.
Oh, so you're cutting it off.
And there's your corn.
Oh, I've got it, and I'm not burnt yet. I thought it was going to be a prank and you're going to just watch me drop it. That is gorgeous. Look at that. That's coiling a tube. I would love to have a go at trying to do that.
Let's get some more tubing. Get your safety glasses on.
Right, let's do it. Push that back a little bit, get that in. And if it feels like it's going, I can turn it?
Yeah,
Yep.
turn it back a little bit.
How much pressure am I putting on the glass in my right hand?
You'll feel it when it gets tight.
Very hard to tell if I'm getting hot or not.
Yeah.
I'm used to like so much visual for heat.
You need to start moving the table.
I'm out of hands. Oh, this is very satisfying to do. Oh, I lost my coil neatness. No, what have I done? Well, thank you so much for letting me do this. This is fun.
I think he's done very well. I think you've done extremely well. You
It's
really
good fun. I
did
got a little funky here in the middle.
well.
I got distracted and then I finally got it back in.
You was on it.
Thank you very much for letting me make a coil. That is nuts.
Usually you're not very good at making springs.
No, making springs is my worst enemy. I'm
Is
not
it?
good at making springs. So that is how the coil in the condenser is made. We now also need the tube that the coil sits inside. Is that correct?
Yep, so that's just a plain bit of tubing, which is slightly larger than the OD of your coil, and we'll slide that inside of it in a second.
All right, really quickly, we've had to drive back to the workshop to thank today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. It is the website building platform that allows absolutely anybody to build their own beautiful website using their countless themes that scale effortlessly from computer to mobile. Now, gone are the days of needing to pay exorbitant prices to have somebody build you a website. You can do it yourself with their all-in-one platform. From editing pages, adding unlimited products to sell, whether physical or digital, you can set up and manage it all effortlessly. If you offer services, Squarespace also allows you to take bookings using Squarespace scheduling. You can connect with your clients using Squarespace email marketing campaigns. And if you've got a brick and mortar store, you can sell right there with Squarespace Point of Sale. No matter how your business evolves, Squarespace is there right by your side, and you can go to squarespace.com/forge to get a free trial and see just how easy their website building platform is. And then if you want to go ahead with it, code FORGE is going to get you 10% off your first purchase. That includes your domain as well as your subscription, and all their plans are incredibly cost effective. So please check them out down below. Let's get back to MTech Glass.
So basically, when we get tubing up to a certain size diameter, we'll crack it, screw it and crack it by hand. So all we do is use our glass knife, give it a good force, dig it in. All we're doing is putting pressure onto the score mark, so evenly with our elbows pushing down, and not very nice. Oh, why didn't it do that earlier?
That was a bit cleaner. So you need to straighten out the ends of the tube so that they are able to connect to something. It seems inconceivable to me that you're putting a coil in a chuck and it's not breaking. Because you said you put a blower on one end of it? And so you're going to blow with your mouth on the other end of that tube. How cool.
We're craftsmen, we're not engineers as such. I'm going to tack that on the end.
Are you fusing that together?
Yeah, that's fusing now.
Yeah, not that easy to fuse stuff in my workshop. And you're periodically putting pressure through the pipe, blowing into the tube. Look at that, that is unbelievable. Blow and it swells out. Oh, it's evened it up so much. So every time you heat it, it kind of shrinks down. The tube gets narrower, and then you've got to blow it back out to maintain the diameter.
Yeah.
So you're now going to cut it back off. So you're heating it up and pulling your
And then I'm blowing it.
other end of the lathe off. Oh, no way. And then you just open the hole right back out.
So
There's our prepped coil.
there's the prepped coil.
With 2 flared ends.
This will go into this tube, sealed in one end, and then sealed in the other end. That's what I'm about to do.
I'm interested to see how this works, because I am still confused.
Yeah.
The magic of glass. I
magic
have
of
no idea how it's not broken, and I have no idea how it sticks together.
Right.
But it's somehow not broken and it somehow sticks together. So this is a sidearm bit.
Yes, that's what we call them. We call those sidearms. They're water connectors.
Okay.
So they just connect the jacket. But this condenser is slightly different because it's being joined at the top and at the bottom.
So you're going to cut this section off? Is that what's happening?
Yes, so I'm just pulling this off. It almost cuts it like a knife.
So then you flare it out again, just like the other end?
Yep, I'm just giving it a flare.
So that now needs to get fused.
That will go onto the outer of this.
It is mesmerising, isn't it, Jamie?
Keep going
It's
back.
utterly mesmerising.
So I'll do an extra one of these just in case. So we can't just put that in there, else that will just sit on the side of the tubing as so. So we've got to do a little bit of packing, so even side packing to make it fit tightly inside the tube. So effectively this is holding this in place while we melt it together. Right.
What are you checking for right there as you're looking at it?
I was just showing him.
Oh.
I ain't looking for nothing. We tend to twizzle things in our hands a lot just to make sure they're central and feel that it's loose or not. I know now it's too loose.
So you were thinking about it?
Of course I was.
You were thinking about it. You
got
were
me.
going there going, I don't quite like this.
So this is where the multi-stopper comes in handy. You just peel it. Onion bungs, multi-stoppers, whatever they like to call them.
Onion bung.
We need a blow in there to blow, puff and blow, puff and blow, puff and blow.
So the pipe that's connected to the glass is going to attach onto here. That spins on a bearing. And then all the way down, he then is going to put that in his mouth and blow on it.
This is going to go onto the end.
Is this another pre-purchased component?
So these are all pre-made, pre-bought in joints. Put your hand over there like that and just give it a gentle squeeze.
Oh, it's not round at all.
You got it.
This is like, there's some
boom,
serious
boom.
ovals to it.
Exactly.
And that's just how it comes from the supplier.
That's how it comes, man. So I'm just getting a bit of the moisture out, really, because we don't want puddles of water in there. The orange is the sodium glare, which is making the cameras and everything pick up that. But what I see is that colour.
Oh, you don't see the glare?
I don't see that glare. If you put those glasses on...
Oh yeah, that's brilliant. Are you able to see through that, Jamie? Yeah. So that's what it looks like through the glasses. Kind of have to be worn to be able to work, because I can't see any of that through the flame. So that was just a cutting off operation, just like you did on the small pieces?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just pulling it off, but I'm not making a hole. You can see how that goes back until it touches.
Oh, you're sealing it against the little...
The internal piece.
The internal piece.
Give it a blow. And from here I can see it's sealed all the way around.
And you're blowing and putting pressure.
I'm pulling. So I'm blowing and pulling this central one. That was release of me blowing it until it popped and made a hole. All I'm doing here is making it look a bit nicer. And then you've got to give it a good flaming whenever you're working a bit of glass, so that keeps everything around the stress area free of strain. Now I've got to get this next bit ready.
So again, you're going to shorten this down.
Making this the right length, yep. I am working on the edge and turning it at the same time. And then let that cool a little bit and then pull.
That's so cool. It just doesn't make sense. It's so unbelievable. Then you're gonna flare that out to kind of match a little bit?
Just slightly flared that out. Yeah, just slightly flared that out.
Went like down it.
Did it? You went like down the coil. Oh my goodness! And so then, because the lathe has two ends, it's going to be perfectly concentric when you stick it together.
Yeah, you might have to straighten it up afterwards. But yeah, concentric each other.
And you just touch them together and they're stuck. And then this is your post heat again, just to kind of like equalize the stresses.
So I'm keeping it all warm, keeping the stresses free. But what I'm going to do, I've got to put that sidearm on now.
Wait, are you going to poke a hole in it?
Yep, I'm now going to pop the hole.
No, wait. You're literally blowing a hole with your lungs.
Yep. Pop.
That's ridiculous.
Now I've got a hole.
And so you're starting on one edge, you stick one edge, and then you bring it all down.
You got it?
That is ridiculous. I love that on the go, while you're doing the operation, you're managing the flame, you're changing it. Okay, I need a little more oxygen, a little more propane, a little more heat, a little less heat. And on the go, between your thumb and forefinger, you're adjusting it like every few seconds.
So all I'm doing there is heating it up and equaling out the wall thickness. That's all even around there now. And now this is the out she comes part.
Woo. You look at it wobble as you spin it. There's
yeah.
so much flexibility because it's only secured up there.
So what I'll do now is put a double blow down this end, the T-piece. So I'm blowing in here and in here. Otherwise, if I just blow in here, I can only blow the coil. I can't do that process.
Because that flexes so much, you're going to put dimples in the glass so that it just can't flex as much.
As much, yeah, it keeps it more sturdy.
To the bung drawer.
To the bung drawer.
Love the types of drawers that people have in their different types of workshops. A drawer full of bungs. That noise is giving me the heebie-jeebies. I'm just waiting for it to break.
No, don't say that. It's not cold.
Wait, these are fixed together and they're running based on a magnet in this setup?
Yeah, so at the end there's a magnetic clutch, like magnetic direct drive clutch type of thing.
No way.
Yeah.
So now he's going to do the same thing on the other side so it matches. So there is the finished condenser. And it just doesn't make sense that that's possible to be made. Thank you.
In a few hours as well.
Oh yeah, and you probably could have made it in what, 30 minutes if you didn't have us here in the way.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm so grateful. Thank you. I'll pass this back before I drop it. I've been
You're welcome.
petrified about dropping anything all day.
You're welcome, man.
I'm so grateful. Thank you for letting us
coming.
into your
Anytime.
workshop for the day. Thank you for the incredible hospitality and coaching us and giving us the opportunity to have a go at it too. It was really fun. And people can find you on Instagram.
Instagram, yes. MTech Glass.
MTech Glass on Instagram. Go check them out. There's some amazing photos of the work that they do. And this industry apparently needs more people. So if anybody wants to get into this type of glass blowing, how could they get into the industry?
Just contact me.
Yeah?
Directly contact me. Yeah, I'm more than happy to help bring people in and train them up. Yeah.
That is
If you've got an
incredible.
interest, we've got an interest.
How cool is that? Thank you so much.
No problems. Thank you.
So grateful. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.